Ever since the release of Star Wars The Force Awakens, a lot of fans out there, including myself, have always been wondering about the Knights of Ren. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, we do know that J.J. Abrams is bringing a return of the characters of the Knights of Ren. Now, this is going to be a very interesting angle for the Star Wars franchise for sure, as we will finally get our very first look at Kylo Ren being a master as opposed to an apprentice. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art and storyboard descriptions, etc. However, what's really intriguing about the Knights of Ren that really do bring a big piece of the plot into Episode 9 into play here is that a lot of extras who will be portraying the Knights will actually be training with lightsaber prop pieces. Now, this is really raising a big question as to exactly what the Knights of Ren will be using in Star Wars Episode 9. It seems as though that the Knights themselves will be able to wield and use lightsabers against Rey. Now, what's really intriguing is that this also connects to the sequence that's to be shot this month of January, where Daisy Ridley will be combating against some of the extras dressed as the Knights of Ren. Now, the training session between the extras and Daisy, a lot of the extras as the Knights will be using lightsaber prop pieces. Now, to me, this is very exciting because not only does this fall directly in line with the original idea by J.J. Abrams for the Knights of Ren to actually have lightsabers, but to also have them fight against another individual or other people within a Star Wars film. So, like I say, we're not quite sure if it's going to be all of the Knights of Ren, but at least some of the Knights will be using lightsabers from what it seems, since the extras will be using a lot of the lightsaber prop pieces during their training sessions in one of the major scenes of Episode 9. Now, we do know that J.J. Abrams loves the Knights of Ren, alright? It's his own creation, he loves the characters. He even stated before, I believe it was on the Force Awakens Blu-ray commentary, if I'm not mistaken, he actually would love to see a Knights of Ren standalone film, and honestly, I would too. I think that would make a better limited TV series on Disney Plus over the Cassian Andor series. I think it would honestly beat that other one by a mile, because I find those characters to be so interesting and embedded within the sequel trilogy that could also have connections to Kylo and Supreme Leader Snoke in the form of a TV series. But as far as Episode 9 goes, alright, what's really interesting for sure is that we actually have heard before in the past that some of the Knights of Ren without their helmets are described as women. So it seems as though that it's going to be a mixture between both women and men that both Kylo Ren and the Knights of Ren will be a part of here within the First Order. So, about the First Order, we do know that Kylo Ren has this new order in place, and we're not quite sure what it's going to be called, if it's going to remain the First Order or something else entirely new. We do know that Kylo Ren has a ton of new starfighters and ship designs and weapons and super weapons coming into play for this movie. So, I really want to go into another discussion about the Knights of Ren. Now, we also know that the Knights themselves will have a lot of scenes for the third act of the movie. Now, this also tells us that they are going to live throughout a majority of Episode 9, leading all the way to the ending of the film. So, what does this really tell us? This tells us that the Knights will actually have a scene that kind of transitions into the lightsaber battle between both Kylo Ren and Rey. Now, the lightsaber duel sequence, right? We have been waiting for, I would have to say, a lightsaber duel between more than two people for the longest time in the sequel trilogy, and it's something that we are going to be getting in this film from what it seems. J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio, they have said before in the past, you know, that this movie really is something that they really want to show everybody and that they are very excited to show everyone. So you can tell that J.J. has a lot of enthusiasm about this movie. He has actually talked about this lightly on Jimmy Kimmel about 8 months ago, give or take, and you could just see it in his face that he does love the script and he loves what he's making so far, and that people really are in for a big surprise. And like I say, you know, if you look at the Knights of Ren, they basically are the updated version of the Cloud Riders from Solo: A Star Wars Story. These Knights of Ren in Episode 9 are also going to have the speeder bikes that will be used in order to chase Rey and crew in one of the other sequences for this movie. So as far as this whole entire battle scene goes, where the extras will be using a lot of the prop pieces of a lightsaber against Daisy Ridley and crew, I think it's rather exciting to know that, you know, we could very well have, like, let's say, 3 to 4 Knights of Ren using lightsabers against Rey and somebody else in order to create a actual lightsaber duel that we have never seen before on the big screen. I mean, can you imagine this? Can you just imagine, like, 4 Knights of Ren with ignited red lightsabers just going up against Rey with the Skywalker saber? How epic would that be? And it seems like that's exactly what we are going to be getting in this film. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Night to moon, we hear them moans again.